because this is the wildest thing I've done in a while. And I'm an OnlyFans girl. Come on now. The men who only see the fact that I have a big butt and big breasts. I actually got detained by ICE.
What?
At Canada border.
I came here for a site survey the other day and saved one of these guys. He had a hook through his foot. It was a whole project. Had to climb out over the water on a tree. Good fun. Good morning.
Hi, morning.
Y'all dodging goose shit?
Yeah, we're dodging the shit,
Give up.
Hi, Romy.
Good morning.
This is Joseph.
Dustin.
He's gonna be catching
Joseph.
some of the BTS.
Good morning. You a big man too? We're big together.
You told us hell too, huh?
Yeah?
Like 6'7"?
No. I'm just shy of 6'5".
Oh man,
6'5".
Yeah.
you lose count up there.
Reminded me of that song. I don't know if you saw it. It was like this viral song for a while. There was this girl was like, I'm looking for a man in finance, trust fund, 6'5", blue eyes. And all the dudes that was actually 6'5" with a trust fund was like, we don't want your ass.
I've got a fishing pole
Okay.
there, and I got a fishing pole there. I'm an awful fisherman.
I'm terrible. I don't even know how to do it. So
Yeah, I
I'm
took
hoping we'll have a few funny moments there.
yeah I took my family out 2 days ago to test this reel out, and I had to string it myself.
Uh-huh.
And I did it wrong, and it all got tangled up, and I almost
no.
broke my rod and reel. So I went and got that one. That one's really easy and works really well.
Okay.
I relined that one. I watched a couple YouTube videos. We'll see how it works.
Hey, that's where I would be. That's where I would be.
That's
You
right.
like reline. I'm
The
like,
University
man,
of
that's big
YouTube.
words.
That's right. You know it. All right. That's it. That's okay for now.
All right, let's say hi.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Should I introduce myself?
You should introduce. Yeah, this is Romi.
Hi, guys. I'm Romi Chase. I just ran into Dustin. No, I'm just playing. But that's going to be fun. This is going to be super fun.
I hope so.
I'm
Yeah.
excited about this. I've never done anything like it. Done plenty of interviews, but nothing like this. So I'm super excited. And thank
We're
you so
gonna hang
much
out.
for having me out here.
We're gonna go fishing.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. Hopefully we
Yes.
catch a fish. I don't know. I've cast out a few times. Nothing happened. So, what do you do?
What do I do? I do a little bit of everything, okay? I'm a content creator, I'm a musician, I do a little bit of coaching, trying to expand more into self-help. I help men with dating. That's what I do on my YouTube channel. There's a lot of...
I've got a lot of friends that could use your
Yes,
help.
there's
Yeah,
a lot.
I'm married, so I don't need help, but I got some friends that need some help.
And that's
Yeah,
how
they're
they
a little
really-
rough around the edges. So.
Yeah, that's how they really came around, because I've been doing content for a while, and most of my audience is male, okay? And I was thinking about how I can help and how I can expand beyond just posting cute pictures, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? So we just came up with this idea of trying out a few dating advice videos and see how it goes. And it started taking off,
Oh,
you
yeah?
know?
Cool.
I started getting all these questions and people trying to participate and send in their stories and their struggles. And it just kind of stuck with me that this is what's needed, and hopefully I can provide some advice.
Doing the Lord's work.
You know,
Oh yeah.
you already know.
I mean, successful dating, can help build healthy families, right?
Right. That's
Eventually, that could lead to marriage and children, and
That's for sure. And I feel like we're living in these times where everything is just so chaotic, so fast-paced. People want everything and want to do nothing.
Yep.
Okay?
Everything's
They
a
want
short,
everything
right?
for free. What do you provide? How much do you have? What can I get out of you?
Mm-hmm.
And let's be honest, that's not how we build a happy family. It just can't, because one day you're going to do 80% and your wife's going to do 20%. on those days you have to step up
You gotta
more,
pick it up.
and then some days she's gonna step up more,
Yeah.
right? So there needs to be an understanding of what it actually takes to attract a partner that you can be with for life, rather than just like, you know, some casual hookups.
It ain't easy.
I mean, I don't imagine it
ain't
is. So many divorces, right? Like,
Yep.
I mean, I'm not sure exactly what the statistics are, but I feel like it's at least, what wasn't it, like 50% or
I would say
something?
it's probably more like 80.
80%?
I would guess
See,
80%.
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, 80%.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
know?
yeah, you're going up to bat with a pretty bad average.
Yeah, we need help as a society. We do.
Yeah, and then, you know, then you get kids that are in unstable families and homes, and that makes it harder to be, you know, to grow up.
Right.
So
That's true. That's true. Yeah, you just touched upon something that kind of hit home a little bit.
same.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, me too. You
See,
know, yeah.
exactly. Yeah, my parents were, well, they stayed married, you know, but they did have a very toxic, very abusive relationship.
That's terrible.
And, you know, I grew up.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but my parents probably would have had an abusive relationship if they didn't get divorced.
And that's exactly
But,
what happens, because it's just
yeah.
like, you know, at some point you got to make a decision. Are you going to do this and continue destroying the children, or are you going to possibly divorce and mediate or do something,
Or is
right?
someone just going to run off?
Do something, but something has to be done. But my
Yeah.
parents were just really passive about it and just continued fighting. And like I grew
and
up
you
in a
just had to
very
watch
unstable,
it.
and unfortunately, you know, they both passed away when I was 15.
Wow.
So, you know, it's just been interesting. That's
Can I
for
ask
sure.
where you went from there?
Where I went from there? Yes, you can. I was 15. Like I said, when my parents passed away, both my parents.
Mm-hmm.
My dad died in a car accident. My mom committed suicide
Wow.
a month later.
Wow.
And I ended up in foster care with my sister, you know. Yeah, it's just, you know.
Younger, older sister?
My sister's younger. She's, I want to say she's 29 now.
Did they keep you guys together?
Yes,
Yeah?
we were
Okay,
together.
that's good.
Yes, we were together with 3 other kids in that house. It was 5 of us, and then 2 adults and stuff. But it was interesting times. And at the age of 17, since 17, I've been on my own. So I moved out at 17, and I never looked back.
Yeah. Can I ask a little bit personal question?
Of course.
Are
go
you
ahead.
and her close? Like, did you become like mom in a way, or
My sister?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I would say that I've had quite a hard time. I had a hard time with that, okay? Because, again, I was a kid myself, right? But I had to step up, okay? And there was times where we didn't have a great relationship because she didn't particularly see my advice as needed and necessary and good.
I mean, she
Okay.
going through her own struggles too, right?
Right,
Yeah.
she was going through her struggles. So, but you know what? After years and years of, you know, kind of bickering here and there and just not really respecting each other's boundaries, after some years, we came together. I haven't touched a fishing rod in like 2 decades.
You know what that's a good segue to? Touching the fishing rod. Right?
Right, I agree.
But go ahead with your story. So you haven't touched in 2
I
decades.
haven't touched it in like 20 plus years. I want to say over 2 decades, okay? Maybe it might have been 25 years.
And you said you used to go fishing with your grandpa?
With my grandfather, yes, he was really into it. My grandfather was like such an interesting case because he was 80 something, right? And he would still get on a bike every day at 4 o'clock in the morning, every single day, ride a bike for miles to go fishing every morning for years, you know? And I just always wonder, because it's like, you know, 80 something, you think like people start having health problems and stuff. He was just
Well, that's the secret. Staying busy.
staying busy, staying
Yeah,
active,
yeah.
doing something that you're passionate about, right?
Yeah.
I think that's
mean,
very
if
important
you're
as well.
40 years old and you sit on your ass all year, everything's going to start locking up.
Yes.
And
yes.
at 80, I mean,
Yes.
you want to try?
I do, but like, please, you gotta show me how to do
All right,
this.
here, you can take the camera. All right, so real easy one.
I can't really see if it's recording.
It's all right. It's such widescreen. As long as you're good.
Oh, okay.
So pull it back, press the button, let go of the button, it goes out. It's that easy.
Okay, I'll try.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't mess up your equipment.
Do you want to put a worm on a hook yourself?
Yes.
That'd be hilarious.
Yes, please. I will do that.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
Because I don't think
will.
this worm's alive anymore.
What do I do? Just open this?
Yep.
Ah! Oh, my hand is shaking.
Look, they're in there.
Oh.
Look at that big. There you go.
Oh.
If you don't want to do it.
I will do it, but hey, please show how it's moving. It's show it.
Yeah.
It's alive, y'all. Oh. I don't know if I can do. I want to try.
This little worm is going to help us catch a fish.
Ah, boy, where do I do that?
So there's several
His
different
head?
ways, but the easiest way.
Where's his head?
That's a good question. I haven't seen it. I would just poke it through once, and then you wrap them around the hook, and then poke it again, and then wrap them around the hook and poke them a third time.
Are you recording this?
Yeah, without getting your finger.
Oh boy. Okay, hold on. Ah! Oh! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh no! I'm shaking! I'm shaking! I'm shaking! I'm shaking! Oh!
Yeah, he doesn't like it.
No. Okay. This has to be in the video. By the way, you have to put that in there because this is the wildest thing I've done in a while, and I'm an OnlyFans girl. Come on now.
There you go. You gotta get it through him.
He's really. Oh,
There you go. And now wrap the long part around the hook.
like this.
Yep. And then poke him again.
Is he dead?
No.
He's still not dead?
No, you can cut him in half and you have 2 worms.
Oh. Okay, so he's
There you go. Yep. Then wrap it around and then poke it again.
I can't. I'm so scared. I'm so scared. How do you put it in here now? Oh, I keep saying poke him again. All right.
So you want to be toxic and be like,
Bro, this shit is so. Oh my God, I got it. You see, I'm shaking like. Dustin, you made me do this. I did it. Is it good? Is it good?
I mean, there's only one way to find out. We'll go cast him out in the water, and if he doesn't fly off, you did good.
I have a feeling this is the one.
This is the one.
Do you have any wipes or
We're
anything?
gonna catch a trout. No, but I have water you can wash your hands with. Put that there.
I actually got detained by ICE
What?
at Canada border. Sure did.
Can I record that?
Yes, you can. I think I told that story on Twitter already. We can definitely talk about it.
So why'd you get detained by ICE?
That's a hot topic now, isn't it?
It is a hot topic.
Well, my friends were flying out of LA, going to Vancouver. They missed the flight. And I just figured that maybe if I rent a car in Vancouver, I can come get them from Seattle if they can figure out how to get to Seattle, right? So that's what we did. I rented a car in British Columbia, drove through the border, and was trying to get them from Seattle. So at the border, some flagged, I don't know, something, because you got to stop and you give them your documentation and your ID and whatnot. and green card, and some flagged. Don't know, they don't tell you what. They just stuck an orange cone on the car, told me pull over. Then next thing I know, I'm sitting there and a heavily armed officer comes, tells me get out of the car, and then asked me for my wallet, because he was taking my documents, like he was taking it from me, like not just showing him, but he wanted to take my wallet and stuff, because for me I'm getting detained. I was like, okay. Kind of scared, at the time, because I'm by myself,
You're
nobody there, and I'm trying to comply. So what happened? I was sitting, and I reached down to the passenger side to get my wallet, and I don't know if that triggered the officer or what. He thought maybe I'm pulling a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
He pulled the gun on me.
Ooh.
He drew his weapon, pulled me out of the car by the arm, took me into the building, and set me in the waiting area with other people that are detained as well. So I'm asking people around, like, what's up? Why are we, getting detained? What's going on? Like, how long have you been here? Just curious, because again, I'm on a timer too. I'm trying to get to Seattle to get my friends, right? In a rental car that I wasn't supposed to leave British Columbia in that car, because it said on the agreement, do not leave British Columbia. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to figure.
Do you think that's what tagged it?
No.
No.
So what happened was, after like an hour and a half on the state, an hour and a half, maybe a couple hours, I'm sitting in the waiting area. Another officer comes, takes me to the interrogation room, starts mugging me, like question after question. They fast questions, repetitive questions, to try to see if you're gonna tell the truth, and if you're gonna say something else and slip up, right? So I answer, I'm telling the truth the whole time, right? Like have no reason to worry. I have everything up to date. Everything's legal. I have my social security. I have everything, right? And they released me. But eventually it said that, it was a suspicious re-entry that flagged it. So because what happened, I came to Vancouver by plane. I landed in Vancouver. 2 hours later, I'm leaving Vancouver in a rental car. So that's kind of suspicious to them. Like,
right.
what are you trying to do?
Something up,
are you
or
trying
whatever?
to smuggle some? What are you doing?
Right.
So I would say that was a pretty traumatic experience with ICE and the Customs and Border Protection Services.
Looking back on it, do you think, okay, I understand why they did it? Or
I think I think I understand why they did it. I understand why they had to check if I'm suspiciously re-entering.
But it
the
sounds
country.
like you were dealing with an asshole, though.
But I think they severely overreacted,
Yeah.
especially with drawing the gun. And again, I had already disclosed that I had no weapons in the car.
Mm-hmm.
So, at what point do you just trust a person and then check? You can put handcuffs on me. Put me in handcuffs if you have to.
Right.
But why are you drawing a gun on me? Dustin hooked me up with some steak. Let's see what this is about now.
So, disclaimer, she said she wanted it burnt.
Not burnt now. Look, well done, perfectly.
Yeah, it's well done, yeah.
Oh, it's so good. It's
Good.
amazing. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for being here.
Of course, I'm having fun. Always an excuse to.
And I'm sorry I'm not eating, but I did eat a big breakfast.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I had 2 grass-fed beef patties and 2 fried eggs.
Oh, wow. Well, okay. Well, thank you so much for feeding me. I mean, you didn't have to do that.
It's part of the experience.
Yeah, I think you did amazing. The steak is fantastic.
Well, thank
It's
you very
really
much.
good. It's really tender. Somehow you still made it tender, even though it's well done. It's so good.
Good.
Anyway.
So when was the last time you had a steak and homemade bread next to a lake in Las Vegas?
Never. Never.
So you were going to talk about coming from Miami.
Oh, you want to talk about Miami?
Yeah.
Okay, well, that's a crazy story in itself. I was living in Miami from, I want to say 2020 to 2022, 2 years. Was renting a house there. Normal house, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, nothing crazy, right? Rent was $2,375. Normal price, I think, at least.
Seems a little high, but Miami, I guess that's about right. Yeah.
For Miami, let's make that clear, because yes, you're right. But 2000, you'll understand why this matters, why I'm even saying that the price, whatever. So $2,375 was my rent. Mid-COVID, my landlord found my OnlyFans and decided that I should pay more rent.
What a scumbag.
Right. So he came to do an inspection. He didn't inspect shit, but me, okay? Thinking maybe he can, I don't know, holler, talk to me somehow, figure it out, you know?
Right.
And then I wasn't interested, so he sent me an email saying that my rent is going up from $2,375 to $4,800. Over 120%.
What a motherfucker.
Yes. That's one thing that shocked me, because before I joined, I had no idea about any of the fetishes and all this different stuff that people are into. You know, I might have known what a foot fetish was or something, but I had no clue that there was such an extensive kink world, you know. And then I started, doing OnlyFans, started getting, I remember when I didn't have OnlyFans yet, but I had an Instagram, and people were messaging me in the DMs talking about, can I pay, $50 for a picture of your under the knees and your armpits. I was like, I genuinely was like, why? Because I didn't understand. I literally genuinely didn't understand what that meant. And I solved it. I mean, I did it. You know, I took a picture of my armpit. Hell yeah. You know, under the knees, sure. You know. But I didn't know. You know, then I got a message. Somebody had a balloon fetish, where you pop balloons. You sit on them and you pop them with your butt. And that's
like they get off to that?
Oh yeah. And that's how I got in. That's how I got into
That's
content.
Hilarious.
I got into content doing things that were completely non-sexual to me. My first ever fetish, that's to this day is one of my like core things that I did since the beginning, is fetish wrestling, where you wrestle scrawny, skinny, short, a little bit underdeveloped men.
You know what? I remember hearing about this on Kill Tony. You know Kill Tony, right? There was a pretty terrible comedian.
Pretty terrible.
And when they do the interview part after the comedy, and his story was that his wife was a lot larger than him, like tall and like Amazon.
That is exactly what it is.
Right.
As you can see, I'm thick. I'm really thick. I have huge boobs. I have huge butt. You know, over 180 pounds. These men I'm talking about were 100 pounds, 4'11". It's fun because, like I said, I've been doing this for 7 years, and I've built a pretty decent community of fans and supporters. You know, supporters financially, that support financially as well every month. You know, and there's guys who drop a lot of money. You know, to talk to do, either, and a lot of people think like OnlyFans, it's just porn and stuff. It's not. Most people just want to connect these days. They'll drop.
Lonely.
Very lonely.
Yeah.
Or married, and the marriage's not doing too good, you know, a lot of times. And they just want to connect, just want to get on a video chat. They want to talk, and talk about their lives. Talk about what bothers them. Maybe their wife doesn't really listen. That happens a lot. My wife don't listen to me, That one of the most common things I would say that I hear every day. My wife don't value me. My wife doesn't listen. To me, my wife disrespects me, you know, and they're just looking for some advice, some understanding, some compassion, you know. Of course, every now and then you're gonna get into a little bit of like some naughty role play, sexting or whatever like that. But really, that isn't the moneymaker. The moneymaker is the connection. Yeah, it's really so much more than just pick nudes and stuff. Like, if you know how to do it. Now, mind you, there's everybody and their mama is on OnlyFans, okay? And most of these people are not making no money. They're making like $200 every 3 months.
Yeah.
You know, that I'm talking about people who are in like the top 1% that's who the site that's who's keeping that site in business.
Yeah.
Is people in the top 1%. I happen to be one.
Yeah.
A little ad here, you know. But anyway, so I am in the top 1%, and the girls that I talk to that are also in 1% or higher than me, you know, most of the money comes from connection.
Does that interfere with your relationships at all with men?
Well, yes and no. I feel like I guess I like to keep that very private, but I generally will say this. The men who only see the fact that I have a big butt and big breasts, and they just they can't see past that, they're just not gonna be able to get nowhere near me in a romantic, intimate way. Okay, I might, you know, you can look.
You said you needed connections.
Yeah, you can look. You can be mesmerized. You can talk about my huge boobs, whatever. You're not gonna be in my circle like that. You know, it happens to me all the time. Every day I hear this. And Dustin, I'm not exaggerating. I probably hear something about my breasts or butt like at least 20, 30 times a day. A day, every day.
So any
So it's
connection
like,
you have with a man, it
has. If I'm romantically trying to
Yeah.
do something, then I have to have more than lust.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, people don't believe me a lot of times. They feel, oh, you're just, you know, saying stuff you're just saying stuff that people want to hear. But I mean it. I really do.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if you're shredded, if you chiseled, if you're tall, short. I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Can you provide value with your mind? It's like it has to be way deeper than the surface level attraction and lust. Because I can have lust any day I want. I can go and I can get lust today if I want to.
Yeah.
I'm too old for that. I did that. I did that in my 20s. Did that in my early 20s. Had a so-called hoe phase, you know, after my ex broke up with me at the time, and just had a little hoe phase, you know. And then I decided it's not for me. Just, I don't feel anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So even sexually, like, I don't feel good with the person that I'm not connected to. That's one of the reasons people always ask me, why didn't you get into porn? That's why. I can't do porn because I can't just be with somebody that I don't like. You know?
Yeah.
I can't do it. I do not want to do it, you know?
Is there even money in porn anymore?
It's hard to tell. I would say no.
I mean, not with OnlyFans.
I would say it's very, very, very much dying.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, I don't know, but
They still always gonna have young girls, 18, desperate, you know, for some money, and they're always gonna have the grooming, and some people choose to go into porn at 18, and that's what they want. They're happy with it. But financially, I would say you would have to shoot a lot. You would have to film every day, because like an average scene, you're getting paid what, $500?
probably, I would guess.
Maybe.
I mean,
If you a bigger
artist.
name, maybe 1,000, 1,500,
Right, yeah.
2,000. That's not no life-changing money. You have to do
Unless
this
you do it
every day almost, you know.
Yeah.
I think $500 a day, that's only $15,000 a month, and then taxes and everything, that's what, like 10?
Yeah.
That's good. That's great. but it's not no life-changing money.
It's great if you're proud of yourself, and I don't know if you'd be proud of yourself doing that. I don't know. Maybe some people are.
Some people really embrace
Yeah.
their sexuality. Some people do absolutely are. They are very happy with what they do, but most of those people are absolutely not just relying on porn. They build communities on OnlyFans,
Yeah.
on Twitter,
Right.
on
Start their own
whatever. They
production company,
do
whatever.
in-person meet and greets, and they just really enjoy being a sexually liberated person and having a community. But like just like having a job, like as a porn star, like have a job like that, like where you work only for the companies what they're hiring, I don't know. I honestly don't even know anybody like that.
Yeah.
Pretty much everybody's on OnlyFans
Yeah.
in the adult industry.
Cool. Well, I can't put your license plate. It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure to meet you, Dustin,
Nice to
and
meet
thank you
you.
so much for an awesome day.
Nice to meet you.
That was great.
I'm glad. I can't thank you enough. It was super cool.
Oh yeah, thank you so much, and can't
Yeah.
wait to see all the footage and stuff.
Yeah.